G'day mates, my name is Jordan Lewis and I'm going against my better judgment and pitching my voice acting skills to you today for some reason. Thank you for joining us for this episode of the ReEvolve Media Revolution podcast featuring Noah and Lazy. As an artist in modern times, if you've got one talent, you need to be incredibly lucky to be successful. The market is saturated, my guy. You can create a legendary piece of work and still be slept on like the couch after a fight with your girl. If you've got 2 or 3 talents, your chances double or triple respectively. Maybe they increase exponentially if those talents overlap. But even then, you're stretched thin by the need to perform and develop multiple facets while maintaining your cheese grater shreds of shanity. Success is still possible. A lot of people do make it on the solo route. It's just too bad that they get ousted early by the others who work together as a team and combine their skills that they've honed for years into collaborative pieces that could not have been done alone. If you think this is bullshit or aren't an artist and can't relate, the list of hats that a solo artist would really have to wear to be successful would be writer, producer, audio engineer, graphic designer. They'd have to be good at marketing. They'd have to be their own manager. They'd have to do photography, videography, and just they'll be a regular human being who maintains relationships and is in touch with the world. Name me one person who can do all that. You've seen the credits at the end of the movies or video games. Yes, people do them solo sometimes, but they trade years of their life and countless dollars. I'm going to stop dancing around this fact. You need a team. You need people consistently working for you and with you. A symbiotic, mutually beneficial relationship that pushes all individuals past beyond what they could have accomplished alone. There's a quote which I could only find referenced as an old African proverb. It goes, "If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together." Noah and Lazy exemplify this as the rapper-producer duo that they are, but also in their interactions with others. Build your crew. Choose wisely. What's up, everybody? I'm here with Noah and Lazy. How you guys doing, boys?
I'm good. Thanks for having us, my man.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for being with me. Tell me how you guys are doing today.
Today's been a good day. We just linked up. We knew we had an interview that we were gonna head to, so went to the liquor store by our house, grabbed a couple beers each. Haven't seen each other much with all this like COVID and lockdown stuff, so every time we see each other, it's a nice special occasion. And
that's dope, man. You guys don't even link up to work on tracks. You guys do it all online.
Like we used to. Like last year, we were roommates, so we like lived together. So we were always cooking up. But since like we can't link up that much with like everything that's going on and all that, we've linked up maybe twice for like studio sessions. But other than that, it's just like he's sending me beats, and then I'll send him my stems back his way for him to mix them up for us.
That's dope, man. So have you guys seen any of your other homies like while during this thing, or has it kind of just been low key and you just kind of strictly see each other for business?
It's been like pretty low key. Like I have another roommate who also makes music, Tony Hayes. He's my cousin. So like I'm with him on the daily. Like don't get me wrong, like now that things like stage 3 or whatever that we're in, like things are open a little bit more. I'm definitely here and there seeing people like hitting patios casually the last like 3 weeks, but I wouldn't say I'm like out every day.
Fair enough.
Saying what's up, still trying to be a little bit safe for the family.
Yeah, but still also trying to make contact here and there.
Exactly, you got to network. You know what I mean? And like exactly. You also got to have like you need that social life. It's hard to just be locked up, you know.
That's the truth, man. My understanding was that you guys were roommates. I'm guessing that switched up in the last little bit.
Yeah, we were roommates for a year. I moved back in with my girlfriend.
And that's Noah?
Yeah, I mean...
No, that's Lazy.
That's Lazy. Okay, tell me about it, buddy.
Yeah, man, so we lived together for a year. That was great. We had the studio in the basement. We were just cooking every day.
Is the basement where you guys did the visuals for Youngin as well?
Yeah, that's the same basement as the studio. Man, it's pretty fire.
I gotta say that video is sick. Your director, Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan Leeson.
Absolutely.
Shout out Ryan Leeson.
Fire, man. Incredible video director. How'd you guys link up with him?
Crazy story actually. So my like ex-girlfriend from high school, me and her have been like friends since, and one day she just like headed over, wanted to like she knew me and Kaylin had the studio and all that. She knew we were working on tracks. This was probably like 2.5 years ago now.
Yeah.
She just wanted to stop by, see what we were working on. We showed her probably like, I don't know, 10, 15 songs maybe. She pulled up with one of her friends, and basically her boyfriend at the time worked at Critical Mass which is like this ad agency, right?
Yeah, I believe I've heard of it before.
So basically she went back to her boyfriend after like being at my house. I know that sounds weird, but don't get it twisted. We're literally just friends.
It's all good.
But went back to her boyfriend's house, and I guess him and a group of his friends were kind of looking for some artists to market, but we're having the best luck in Calgary.
With in what regard? Like not finding people?
Just or like the people that they were finding, not going to name drop any names, like the people that they were finding weren't really reciprocating, which like me and Kaylin like don't understand at all, because the work that they showed us, to like even like vice versa, like we showed them our catalog, they showed us theirs, and me and Kaylin didn't understand how our artists weren't really trying to work with them.
Yeah, you guys pretty much dropped jaw, eh?
Yeah,
That's
so
crazy.
it was basically like that. She introduced her boyfriend and his friends to me and Kaylin, and that's literally how we met. Kyle, Tyler, and Ryan. Shout out all three of those guys. They do graphics, videos. They help us creative, direct, like elaborate on all of our ideas that we have. Yeah, it's definitely a good team. That's kind of how we linked up, though. Long story short.
Yeah, and it's my understanding that it was just Ryan who worked on Youngin, and then your shout out there to Tyler Wong, Kyle Scott, and Ryan Leeson is your video for Hot Commodity, right?
Yes.
How do you guys feel about that video after watching it completely?
The Hot Commodity?
Yeah, like after you saw the video for like the first time, the finished product, how'd you guys feel?
Man, it was like basically surreal, like, to be honest. Like we all, like, at the beginning, like when we first went up, they had a bunch of crazy ideas, and like me and Kaylin are artists, like obviously we have our own ideas as well, but it's just like when you're doing a collaborative project, you want to let people
take the reins,
do what they want. Take their reins and like do what they want.
Are they all directors?
So I wouldn't say, like, Kyle's like bread and butter would be graphics and motion.
Gotcha.
Ryan's a director, and then Tyler's like graphics and also art direction.
Gotcha.
So like they're all kind of like, they all kind of play their own role to like helping us all out. But yeah,
Tyler and Kyle would be the guys responsible for your IG graphics as well.
Yes,
dude,
they are.
And sick graphics there as well, man.
Yeah, they killed the graphic game, man. But yeah, so basically, like Hot Commodity, like they had a bunch of like ideas and stuff, and obviously me and Kaylin as the artist, we were like, cool, like let's see how it turns out. Like we just put our faith into them, basically.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I remember, like they came over to the studio like a year ago now, because we dropped it like September, maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And not Hot Commodity. That was 2019.
Hot Commodity was 2019. Yeah.
Yeah. So like around a year ago, like they came, showed us the video, and I remember we were just like having brews. We all like craft beer. That's the one thing that you need to know about the No One Lazy team.
Yeah.
We love craft beer, craft breweries.
Are you like sticking to local, or are you going nationwide?
I mean, local's where it's at. You know what I mean? You got to put on for your locals, but
exactly.
Exactly. But nationwide, you gotta test everything out. You gotta test the waters. Anyways, we're having beers, watching. I love that. Watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch on that real quick for a sec.
Yeah.
What do you guys do to complement your connoisseury, or I don't even know what the word for it. Do you guys like have a chart of like your favorites, or like do you guys like keep notes?
Trial and error, fam.
Yeah, literally. Like
trial and error. That's all it is.
Trial and error.
Like honestly, I'm gonna do another shout out. I feel like I've shouted out like 5 people already. But Alberta Beer Exchange in Sinalta, Calgary, right by my apartment. Yeah, there's lots of apartments, so I didn't heat myself out too much. But the best liquor store in Calgary. So basically, it's like craft. It's literally just like a fridge, and it's full of Tall Boys Craft Brewery. So that's how you literally trial and error it. Like you try out an IPA one day. Kaylin's a sour guy. I'm I
Nice.
myself am I'm a little bit more of a IPA
IPA,
lager
you
guy.
like the bitter hoppy IPAs?
Yeah, but Lazy's the one that put me on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, I started out in the hazy IPAs,
The
but
hazy.
then I got sick of it. I got bored of it, so
How you,
got into the sours, and that's what I'm running. It's summertime; they're refreshing.
But yeah, so we were watching. We got ourselves a couple of craft brews. They showed us the video. Me and Kaylin were standing up. We let them have the seats. We were watching it on our big screen, and I think both of us were literally just speechless. That was our first
Yeah.
reaction. Like I remember, like
That's
when you're with
crazy,
your
man.
buddy and someone's showing you something cool, and you guys
Yeah.
kind of like side eye each other. You don't want to give them too much credit.
Yeah,
like
for
right
sure.
off
You don't
the
build up
bat,
too
like,
much hype.
but
you're
that's
watching.
basically what it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me and Kaylin probably caught ourselves staring at each other a couple times,
No
being like, "What the
shit. Doing the
fuck
side eye,
is this?"
Yeah.
Yeah, like holy.
Did they show you anything before the editing process, or even like clips on their camera while they were taking it?
Like they had this one little like promo video that gave us like a good idea of what they were
Which
gonna
part
do,
of the
but it was
video was it?
It was completely different.
Oh, it was
like
scrapped.
I think it was when you were changing outfits.
it was like well, the beginning might have been the intro. Like they showed us me spinning and changing the outfits.
Yeah.
Remember they showed it was like the Prada scene, the red jacket, Montclair, and it was like a completely different background.
Yeah.
And like
even just
so,
that
yeah,
style is completely different because the video takes on multiple different styles, which is crazy.
And that's kind of what's cool about like them being for Critical Mass, because they like their job is literally like commercials and like ads and things like that.
Yeah.
So like they just literally like made it basically look like you're flipping through a magazine or like you're like watching a commercial on TV.
Oh, dude, that scene where you're literally surrounded by words and it looks like a magazine. That's the one where I was like, fuck, this is fucking professional as fuck. Like, I literally said that out loud. I had to bring over my girl to see it.
There's a lot of Easter eggs in that part, too.
Oh, yeah.
Is there? I didn't get a chance. I did pause it just to show my girl, but I didn't get a chance to read it. I was doing my research, right? I wasn't going to...
Yeah, no, man. There's lots of little, like, Easter eggs that, like, still haven't really been, like, caught up.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's fun for them to be there.
That's dope, man. And so you guys weren't even in on the Easter eggs, so you guys caught into those too, right?
Well, like they have an exclusive and extensive access to our catalog.
Yeah.
So they know they've heard a lot of our unreleased music, so they have like they have like a little idea of like where we were at.
Yeah,
so like when they were doing Easter eggs, they were kind of like thinking about our future drops and kind of like they were being true to us still. But yeah, we didn't have much to do with them.
Yeah.
It was all basically them.
That's wild, man. And I ended up checking out Ryan's page and I saw you in another video, just a video right before yours. I think the title was OA or something. You're sitting at a bar.
Yeah, so that was right before we started filming Hot Commodity. It's this other artist.
So it was like pretty much in tandem. Like you guys were doing that at the same time then.
Yeah, he's a house DJ artist. His name's Oak, OAKK, from Calgary as well. He basically Ryan was directing it. They got like a nice grant for that one, so that's why they got a bunch of permits and we got to use cool locations and things like that.
And you had the whole roster in the video too.
Oh yeah, and so that one was pretty cool. Ryan just like kind of asked me. I had like blonde hair at the time and like a mustache and goatee. So Ryan just like they had a character idea and they wanted it to be a creepy guy.
Yeah.
Sitting at a bar.
Yeah, I thought you killed it, man.
I can channel that perfectly. Yeah. So basically, I did like a night. I went over, got some Subway, thanks to Ryan, and freaking chilled on set for maybe like I'd say an hour to 2 hours, maybe 3 tops, and did my little scene. Met like a photographer that we knew from high school too, which was pretty cool. So like reconnected with him and then went on my way. But the video turned out really cool. It's super cinematic. It's it's crazy. It's crazy to see what you can do with like grants and budgets and things like that.
For real, man, and just the right tools and the right people, eh?
100%. Like it's not really what you know, it's who you know. Like they used to always say that to us growing up as kids, but like you realize it more when you're a little bit older, you know.
Here's the thing though, is you don't even know who you're gonna know because that's a connection brought on by friend of an ex. Sorry, what was it?
Yeah, it was like, so basically met Kyle, Tyler, and Ryan
Yeah.
from my ex-girlfriend
Yeah.
because she was dating one of them. So yeah.
Gotcha. And so, is this just based on your recently released track that you put out today, New Main? Is that a recent ex?
Uh yeah, I've been in a couple entanglements over COVID, so
Oh,
had some
hey, okay.
I've had some drama. So
Yo,
it's basically what, like, a recent girl did inspire the title, but the premise of the song is basically just where I'm at right now in life.
gotcha. I feel that because when on first look, when I look at all the titles of the tracks, and then you just drop this one today, it almost seems like it was like one relationship kind of leading up to this, and then the story is going to be continued from that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
In a sense, like, that's basically what it is.
was that the plan?
Like there's retail therapy, which was kind of like getting us into like I guess you can say it's a little experimental, but really, like, a lot of our unreleased stuff is a lot to do with like melodies and me more singing, not like singing, but like opposed to just being rapping. Like, there's a lot
Yeah,
of a
you're,
lot
you're
more
harmonizing
melodies in
and
our
something
newer
like that.
stuff.
Yeah.
So retail therapy, we're trying to kind of introduce that, so like when we drop more, it's not so much of a surprise. And then
Interesting. And you guys released that
young
December last year, right?
yeah, December 23rd of 2019, we dropped that one. But yeah, so that was like a 3-song EP that initially we were gonna save some of those songs for like our From the Snow album that we've been working on really hard. But we decided that they like fit really good together, so we just dropped it as a project. Young, and we just wanted to get out there. It was like a one-off single, kind of. We were sitting on the video for a while. It's super, like, we're super into, like, growing up, like, me and Kaylin have been friends since kindergarten, but growing up, like, I was always into hip hop, and I try and put him on it, and he was always into like punk rock and like rock and roll, and he put me on that. So like the idea with Youngin was just kind of collaborating those two ideas, which I thought was pretty cool. So we just wanted to like get that out there. And then New Main, I guess you could say, is definitely building up for our next video, which we're actually shooting on Sunday.
Yeah, no
and like,
shit. Is it with Ryan again?
No, we're actually using 99. Not using. We're working with 99 Films out of Regina, Saskatchewan, my hometown.
Very fucking dope.
So Tony Hayes, my roommate, my cousin, who like he lived with me and Kaylin last year. It was us three. He had a music video last year with 99 Films, and me and Kaylin were just extras. And honestly, we just built like a pretty cool relationship with him. And yeah, I hooked him up with a job at like my place of work at the time. So I got him a job. He moved out to Calgary for a bit, and then yeah, that's basically how the connection was made. Sorry. And then now he's back in Regina, but we always wanted to work with him because like we almost built a friendship before we built like a
work
client,
yeah,
like a work relationship. Exactly. So yeah, we got like a little idea for like what a lot of people that have heard it like to say like the sequel to Retail Therapy is. It's just one single, but I guess you can say like, yeah, it's definitely like a theme that we're trying to work on. And it's cool that you noticed that because not too many people have yet.
Man, you didn't even mention Getaway, No Listen, and Reasons. I was even bringing it back to those. Like, since then, it almost seems like a cohesive story leading up to right now. And I don't know. Do you feel me on that?
Yeah, like that's definitely like like me as a songwriter. Like, I was told when I was young, when I first started making music and things, a good songwriter is basically just a good storyteller. So I pull from like I pull from like all of my situations that I've been through. So like a lot of the times they're regarding females. It's not just one female. Sometimes it's like from multiple situations that I pull from. So like
gotcha. You're just that's how them.
That's exactly, because I feel like that's how you're gonna make your song a little bit more relatable to those people that don't know you. You know what I mean? So it's just like you could pull from the one situation, but you could pull from multiple, and you could probably have a little bit more of a story.
That's
So
dope, man. So do you kind of like interweave different happenings and make it like one cohesive kind of like relationship mentally, or?
like for sure, and that's I think why why there is kind of that theme there, like, and like that's even kind of like mine and Kaylin's theme that we've been going for from the top, like, is it's from the snow, like that's like our gonna be like our first album, first mixtape.
Yeah, when does that drop?
Like it's just like the culture that we're hopefully next year.
Next year.
We're just trying to hone it down properly. Like we got a couple tracks. I'd say like I don't know 25
Oh
tracks, 20
god
tracks
damn! Holy fuck!
to pick from, but like we want to. I don't know. I want to go like another month of like cooking up.
Yeah.
And then really hone it down for the next like 6 months and then drop it.
Are the 25 tracks all in different stages, or are they all kind of done?
I'd say like they probably need a master, maybe a final mix, but they're all pretty close.
They're pretty close. That's sick. Yeah, you just gotta decide what to include in the project, right? And then...
Yeah, which ones. But basically, that's the culture that we're trying to like create in a sense. Is just like we come from Calgary. It's cold. It's lonely. It's dark. But there's still lots of cool things popping off here. You know what I mean? So it's almost a cool thing to be from like that cold, dark city. So like that's why I'm like. That's like the acronym that we kind of took, like FTS, from the snow. Like,
gotcha.
Just the identity, right?
Just the identity,
yeah. I feel you there. That's sick. Was there something else that you were gonna say before I interrupted you there? I can't recall.
I don't remember what it was about.
Okay, it's all good.
We're gonna listen to Noah and Lazy's track "Youngin'."
Lazy.
Got a lot on my plate, but I've never felt better, feeling less cold when I rock my Kenzo sweater. Got unopened love letters, cause I'm busy chasing cheddar. I always got that drip on it, don't matter about the weather. Yeah. Cool. Since I'm 16, I've been in my bag. Summer 19, we ain't worried about them price tags. All we do is make moves, don't know how to stop. I love when haters watch, they worry about what I got. I need a baddie from a Calvin Klein runway, for after long days and to get into some foreplay. I'm always scheming, I can't promise that I'll stay too long. I'm always puffing strong, not too much room to tag along. I gotta make my rounds, I'm rolling with my hound. Shorty will not stop asking how long I'ma stay around. I don't need new friends, need my dividends. Late at night with my hounds, chasing dead presidents. If that's your girlfriend, why she acting single? I got a signal and I'm thinking that she's feeling sinful. It ain't that simple, she likes me cause I'm hard to get. Ops never been a threat, only talk on the internet. I've been into getting banned since a youngin'. All I ever needed was to make a little money. Need a chick to love me, even when I'm acting up. I need everything I want, so I'm never letting up. Got a lot on my plate, but I've never felt better, feeling less cold when I rock my Kenzo sweater. Got unopened love letters, cause I'm busy chasing cheddar. I always got that drip on it, don't matter about the weather.
All right. So Noah, before you got heavily involved in rap, you were passionate about photography, modeling, and fashion, and I'm sure that that's involved in your career still to this day. But tell me a little bit more about that before you got. I don't know. Would you consider yourself kind of a full-time rapper or artist in that regard, or?
I'd say that's like the full-time goal, 100%. But yeah, so basically, like I started rapping like grade 7. I'd like try and write raps and like recorded my first song grade 6 going into grade 7 because like my big brothers and cousins were always in the studio back in Regina, and I'd always like go back and visit in like during the summers and things like that. So basically, like I always wanted, like since like even before that, like I wouldn't say it was a musician, but like in elementary school, like I wanted to be like a WWE superstar, which is basically like having the spotlight on you still. And then when I got more musically inclined, because like me and Kaylin became closer friends and things like that, I knew that it was like poetry and things like that I was good at, because I was always good at writing throughout school and things like that. But yeah, so like I'd say like junior high, I was still kind of like trying to make my own raps and things like that. And then like right around when high school came, I kind of just switched my focus a bit. One, I played football for like 10 years. And so like I was focusing on that more than.
Did you say 10 years?
Like from from Adam, first year Adam, all the way till my last year, grade 12. So I was focusing on that during high school a little bit more. And also like one thing that I feel like a lot of rappers don't realize is it is fucking expensive if you don't have like an in-house producer. Like if you don't know someone that can make your beats, like you're spending $300 to lease a beat for like 300K streams. Like why put like all your like hard work, like all your bars that you've like written for, like been saving up for how long, into that? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like it doesn't pay off enough. So like, and like Kalen always wanted to like make music, so he started producing. And basically when he was like teaching himself how to be a producer, I got into like other hobbies, because I was just like, I wouldn't say waiting on him, but I wasn't going to go spend $300 on a beat with some random, when my best friend since kindergarten is learning how to make good beats. And then eventually we could just go 50-50, right? So I'd say for like
sure.
that.
Oh, so the plan was there.
So I'd say for like 3 years. How long were you like fucking around making beats? Like 3 years?
Yeah, probably 2 3 years.
3 years, I just kind of like found a new hobby, which I thought would also like work into like making music. Like I was like, if people like my pictures and like me on Instagram for what I post, when I drop music, maybe they'll be a little bit more inclined to like it. So yeah, my ex-girlfriend at the time, same one that actually hooked us up with like the team, was into like amateur photography. So me and her would always just go out, shoot, take photos, things like that. I worked at Nordstrom at the time, so I was like always getting different clothes and things like that for not retail, still expensive, but like not retail. So it was good, you know what I mean? So I got into that for a little bit. And don't get me wrong, I still have a niche for like going to take photos. It's probably like my dad. I feel like it's my dad, because all my siblings on his side do the same thing, take photos and everything.
Photography? Yeah, that's sick. Okay.
Like not even photography, bro. Just like to pose for pictures and things like that. Just like to put on the fits and like get in front of the camera. But yeah, don't get me wrong, I still like to do that, and that's probably why I like to like write music and like come up with video ideas and things like that. But now I just know what our goal is, type thing. So it's a little less of that and a little bit more in the stew, writing up a track or something.
That's still dope, man. So in those 2-3 years of you doing that or dabbling into it, did you notice your progression?
Definitely. Like I like my, like even still, like I have to definitely be in the mood for it. But even still to this day, like I love like shooting like street photography, street portraits, things like that. Like I can't just wake up and want to do it, but I definitely got way better from the beginning to the end. And like now, say I want to go shoot, like I'm pretty confident things will turn out not too bad. But so like yeah, I definitely feel like it helped. And like going forward, like eventually, like obviously our team's gonna be busy and things like that. It's not a bad craft to have for when you need like press photos and things like that. Like I could easily just like shoot ourselves.
For real, yeah. You do it yourself. That's awesome, man. I dig that. That's sick. I got a couple questions for Mr. Kalen Lazy.
What's going on?
What's up, man?
What do you want to know?
So we talked about your history with rock and I think it was metal, right?
Yeah, man. I like all types of music. But,
yeah. Did you begin that from a production standpoint, or was that just like from an enjoyment?
No, like it's just growing up, my family and everything. My dad was really into like rock and roll and metal, and like my grandfather, he's a big influence in my life. He's really into like old classical music and stuff like that. So I don't know. I've always been around music growing up. I started playing guitar probably when I was like 10 years old or something. Yeah, like my inspiration was just like seeing rock bands on stage and just sharing their like art with everybody and having everybody go crazy for their music. And I don't know. I remember going to the club when I was 18 and just being upset seeing guys on stage or the DJs and just being like, man, I'm just another person in the crowd. I want to be up there. You know what I mean? So that's when I really was like, yo, we're going to start producing. Like Noah said, I kind of taught myself. I never went to like school or anything. I mean, everybody learns off YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So,
you wouldn't be the first person I've interviewed to say that. That's for sure.
Yeah, man, like free education, right?
That's for real, man. And honestly, you get to learn at your own pace. You get to consume as fast as you want. And if you were doing it for 2-3 years straight, I'm pretty sure you were probably pretty focused.
Yeah, and that's like the biggest thing, consistency. Like, you know, I've obviously had, your life happens and you can't always be making beats and stuff.
Yeah,
but,
you fall off for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like for the most part, it's just like anything. You know, you put your mind to it, you stay consistent, work hard at it. You know, I mean,
that's the natural state. Yeah, anything you do is considered practice for it in the future. So
yeah, man.
Your background in guitar, though, that probably helped you working with FL Studios probably quite a bit, eh? You probably got a pretty decent history with music theory.
Music theory, no,
not even a little. So when you learned to play guitar, how'd you do that?
You know what? Like, it's just power chords. Just learning power chords. That's where I started.
Hey,
started playing along to songs. You know, I took a little bit of guitar lessons, and he was teaching me chords and like how to place my fingers, and it was no fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember one of my dad's buddies taught me this Green Day song, and ever since then, I just learn a song, play along to it, and I get better, and then just keep learning harder songs. And just, you know, you get better as you play.
For real, man. And so you started dropping your productions on Instagram around 2018. Is that when you kind of felt comfortable to release your music, or am I missing something from before that?
Well, kind of, yeah. You know what? I didn't want to release, like, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into things that people don't see, right? Like, it's like planting seeds, and, you know, you reap what you sow. So just a lot of shitty beats. You know, and a few good ones came out of that, and you know, and I was never big on social media. I'm not like anti-social or anything, but I'm more of an introvert, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Which I think that's why me and Noah get along so well. We've like Noah said, we've been friends since kindergarten. We've always had a pretty dynamic relationship. So we had a band in grade 6 actually. Performed for the school. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So I knew one day we'd really do something special, but
do something musical. Wait, so it was you and Noah that had the band together with some other boys?
Yeah, so we were like, we went to elementary school, high school together.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Grade 6. It was like we just did cover songs. We just covered some songs in elementary, and
I played bass.
Yeah, Noah played bass.
Yeah,
that was good times.
That's crazy, man.
We never wanted to work a 9 to 5. We wanted to live like an exciting life. So,
so on your beat drops on IG, you had your boy Noah supporting and commenting and tagging almost every post. I know you guys already planned to start dropping music together. Did you guys already know that you'd like be at the spot you are today back then?
I mean, no. I mean, I could never really foretell what was gonna happen.
Yeah,
I just knew we kept working at it. But when I started posting, I was never really into social media. I remember I started getting good at making beats, and you know, some of my homies were like, "Yo, you should post your beats on BeatStars."
Yeah. You ever end up doing that?
Yeah. So like, I was like, "Okay, I got to get a social media account going. So let's post some instrumentals just for some content to post." And some of those instrumentals Noah had rapped on. We never released any of them, but it was just to start an Instagram account, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you know that.
Oh yeah, man. So, but then the BeatStars thing, I don't know. Me and Noah, we're like artists. I didn't really want to be like a beat salesman. Not that there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I respect other guys, you know, out there hustling.
For sure.
But I think it's pretty cool that we're sort of making our own sound and doing our own thing together. It's pretty unique. And
oh, dude, it's incredibly unique. I think it's absolutely it's dope, man. One of a kind of thing. Yeah, and we've already talked about some of the benefits of being in a rap duo. Like, you save some coin by like just being there for each other and filling in what the other person's missing to make a complete track, right?
Oh, exactly.
Do you guys find any limitations from working as a duo?
You know what? Sometimes Noah will be like, "Yo, I need a beat like this," and then it's a new challenge for me.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty fun that, like, you know, we're not like, we've worked with other people, we've definitely collabed, and I've taken ideas and learned some things.
Yeah.
But it's fun to put our own spin on things. And
That's dope, man.
I don't know. Do you find any limitations when it comes to beats?
Me
When it comes
personally,
to creating in general.
I feel like I got the best producer in Canada. Like,
Hey.
if I'm being 500% honest, like if I go on
Yeah.
BeatStars and fucking I'll be on there for 5 hours, I'm not gonna find a beat. Whereas like Lazy, I might, maybe, don't get me wrong, sometimes I go through like 5 and I'm like, but that's just not what I'm feeling at the time. And then maybe 2 months later, I'm like, oh wait, what the fuck? How did I not rip this one? Or like something like that. So I feel like there's not that many limitations because he's talented enough that, yeah, sometimes I might have to be a little bit patient. But if I explain to him what I want, he'll get it for me, and he'll put his own twist on it too. So.
Interesting. So is that usually kind of how you guys operate? Like you're looking for a vibe and then he creates it, or is it kind of vice versa sometimes? Or you guys kind of work in tandem and go back and forth?
I mean, like, besides the last 3 months, we would, like, the thing that was so cool is Noah would be in the studio with me, and I would just start on a melody or something, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm feeling that," you know, or "No, that ain't it." And then, you know, just based on how we were feeling at the time, I would just create a beat with him right with me, and he would start writing even before I created the drums. So, you know, like, how do you want the hook to be? Do you want the hook to be hype? Do you want it to be mellow? Right? Like, so to be able to do that with each other and build the beat with his lyrics and how he wants to come at it, I think it's something pretty special.
I agree, man. I agree wholeheartedly, especially because, like, we're talking about how expensive that shit is. When it comes to revisions, especially, like, most producers won't offer you more than a handful of revisions, so you can't get that accurate sound. But you guys get to get it sounding exactly both of the way you guys want it, which is pretty dope, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like if I'm like, yo, maybe halftime the beat here, or like maybe chop the beat there, cut my vocal, like, you know what I mean? Do all like, and even what's cool about like the situations of us like not being in the same place, like we can still link up every now and then, and he can show me his mix on the song that I sent him. You know what I'm saying? And then I can be like, oh, what if I had an idea? What if you did this here? Or like, what if you did that there? You know what I mean? So
yeah, you still throw notes back and forth.
And you can still do that, which is like, yeah, if you're working with a producer over email, like, one, how are you gonna show, unless you FaceTime them, like, how are you gonna show them exactly where, like, what you want? You know what I'm saying? Whereas like when you're with that person, like I feel like zero limitations, you know?
That's for real, man. You guys are in a very rare position knowing each other from kindergarten, though. It's about that the chemistry you get from that can't be replicated otherwise. I don't see a way for it. I was gonna ask Kaylin though, your history with rock and metal, did that play into anything with in the music video for Youngin, where you guys are just like kind of raging in the beginning? Did that kind of play a role into it? I was just kind of wondering that.
Yeah, so it did definitely.
It was
I'm sure
sick,
you noticed I wasn't. I was gonna say. I'm sure you noticed I wasn't in Hot Commodity. So
it was Strictly Noah, yeah. Oh no, it wasn't Strictly Noah. You guys, I'd have to pull it up again to actually remember. But
no, I wasn't even there for the shoot. Unfortunately, I just had other things going on, couldn't be there.
I feel you.
But for Youngin, yeah, like it. I mean, Hot Commodity was very professional, very produced.
Dude, it screams professional. It's crazy.
Right, and so for Youngin, we kind of want to contrast that. Like it's like Noah said earlier, it was a sort of a fusion of sort of hip hop and rock, that high energy, like metal, like headbanging, mosh pit. But he's rapping over that, right? So
yeah,
for the video, like definitely inspiration from like 90s grunge and stuff like that. I just wanted to be super grungy, super like Ryan did it in one take. We didn't cut the video once. It was all like just a one take video of just us kind of expressing
especially with the amount of people you guys had. How do you guys orchestrate that? Because didn't you have like 5 or 6 of your boys back there?
I think it was like 8 of us in total, 8 or 9 in total, and basically, I think we ran through it 9 times. I think
9 times only.
And I don't quote me. I don't know which one he used, but I feel it was like the 7th or 8th take.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Basically, he did a good job of directing us of like what we were supposed to do and what areas kind of to like where we should go. So we did like a practice take of like kind of running through it. And during the practice take, one of the extras actually got cut on one of like the boards in our basement and started bleeding everywhere. But since that happened, all the other 9 takes went super smoothly because everyone knew where not to shake your head, not to move your head. Yeah, it wasn't even the first take. It was like the practice take, just so people could like know where to like, do like what was going on and things like that. And so
just mayhem,
is what we wanted.
I thought it was
wanted
dope,
to
man.
show people, we like versatility. We got retail therapy, and then we had Youngin. So our shows will be fun. Come out.
Yeah, I believe it. And you guys aren't shy of shows either. You got 5 under your belt.
Is it 5?
Yeah, 5. Yeah, it's 5. Yeah.
5. I've got Neverland, Koi, Rec Room, and Sate. You must have done one of them twice.
Koi or Neverland twice.
Yeah, we did
Neverland twice. What's Neverland?
It's like it used to be a hotel, but then 2 artists bought it and rent the suite out to other artists in the city, and it's basically just like a big
all the hotel rooms were turned into studios. So you basically they were doing like it was like an open house, right? And they had live music going on. So we were fortunate enough to be invited twice to do.
How'd you guys hear about that?
Tyler, one of our graphic guys, actually has a studio there. So that's where he goes to like spray paint, things like that. And we got in with like another musician that's there named Trey, and he was putting on the shows and stuff. He heard some of our stuff, and he asked us if we'd like to perform. It was super last minute our first time, but it was just also felt organic because it was the same day we were releasing Hot Commodity.
Did you drop that track during that performance?
Yeah, well, so it was an open house studio that day, so we premiered the track on YouTube after our performance in Tyler's studio. And then it's just ran the track on replay kind of all night, because like other people like pop in and things like that. But
you guys premiered the video Hot Commodity in front of people?
Like it was on YouTube. So like we premiered the video, like, and whoever like came out to Neverland, we like after our performance, we were like, hey, we're about to premiere Hot Commodity, like come into Tyler Wong's studio, blah 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 blah. Went to do that, and we premiered it for the first time in front of probably like 12, 15 people. And then And then people like came in as the night went on. But man, the night it was good actually. Like it went pretty good. It was cool seeing people's reaction firsthand, so it was definitely surreal.
Were you guys half watching the video, half watching the reactions?
Oh yeah, like I was probably watching the reactions the whole time. If I'm being honest.
You probably seen the video like 20 times before.
Exactly. Like, fuck.
Wait, repeat that last part. I cut out.
I said like 12 times exactly.
12 times,
right?
Yeah. I feel you, man. It's a solid product. Well, listen, we're about hitting our mark here. Is there anything you guys want to talk about or mention or just say to the audience or literally anything?
I mean, we have 2 singles coming up for the end of the summer / beginning of fall. We have one called Blurry that we're gonna drop hopefully in August if everything goes well. And then we have Cry Me a River, which is the video we're shooting on Sunday. And we're hoping to drop that like around my birthday time, which is September 26th. And then in October, we have like a collab project actually with Tony Hayes. So those are kind of just like the newer things that we have going.
That's sick, man. You guys are booked in, eh?
Yeah, and I just want to say we appreciate everybody who supported us so far, and we got a lot more to come, so just hang tight.
That's dope, man. And again, I appreciate both of you for joining me today, man. No one lazy. You guys have been great.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Of course,
again.
boys. Of course. All right. Take care, homies.
Have a good one.
Take care.
I hope you enjoyed that, everybody. And if you want to follow Noah and Lazy and find out more information about them, your best way to do that is to go to www.reevolvemedia.com/Noah and Lazy. That's NOAHANDYLAZY. We're going to listen to their track, New Main.
Lazy.
Told that girl that I can't do games. Told my boys that I need a new main. Swear she changed when she heard all the music. Got a feeling that we're really about to do it. Couldn't take it. Really hates the thought that we might make it. switching up on me. She can't be the one to watch me leave. Always said that it ain't guaranteed, but she showed me all I need to see. That jealousy spoke loud to me. I need to get up on the road to where I need to be. Still haven't looked back. Got sick of living check to check. It got hard to flex, cause I knew I needed more. Never thought that I'd be this way before. Get texts that say I miss you. I wish I didn't do you wrong. I wish things could go back to, but please don't put me in a song. Told the boys I need a new main. Last one had me going insane. I don't think I need a wedding ring no more. Things haven't been the same as before. Ain't looking for a girl to try and change me. Last one didn't, I ain't been the same G. Now she all I wanna rap about. If I see an old friend, she's all I ask about. Need to move on to the next. For me, I don't know what's best. Always end up in relationships, but they never know what the situation is. Been petty, but they still wanna watch me. It's like they tell their girlfriends they still got me, but they oppin' while I'm focused on these projects. They want drama, but my fans want me dropping. Never had a problem unless you have problems. Tell me if you got them and we can get to talking. Always with my dogs, but we worry about the profit. Always in the stew trying to make the next song hit. And now I see my homies doing great, and that's a feeling that you really can't replace. It's been a long time, but it's worth it. Now I think we all really know our purpose. If I'm honest, I could kill us if it works out. I just wanna be alive if we come about. From taking different routes to living through droughts. Only chasing goals and never listening to the doubt. Couldn't be upset if she leaves me. No, I found the one that really needs me. Told myself I'm done with the seeking, and gotta prove I'm worth keeping. Told the boys I need a new main. Last one had me going insane. I don't think I need a wedding ring no more. Things haven't been the same as before. Ain't looking for a girl to try and change me. Last one didn't, I ain't been the same G. Now she all I wanna rap about. If I see an old friend, she's all I